So I'm here with up and coming bantamweight Dylan Price and his father, promoter, manager David Price. Thank you for joining us, guys. And Dylan, I'll just start out by asking you. You're just a little over a month out from your fight. How's training going so far?
Training is going great. I feel like I'm turning the corner. Uh, I'm ready to go. I'm excited about the fight. Well, this is just whole event. Everything we have planned, so I'm excited about that, and I just can't wait to get in the ring and do my part.
For sure, man. David, how do you feel your son's preparation has been going so far?
It's interesting because we were looking at a different approach when we started the camp. I said I wanted him to kind of take lead a little bit more. A lot of the experienced pros, Stephen Fulton, he was giving him a lot of good advice on how you got to do what you think is best. Andre Ward, they have a lot of conversation, and he was telling them some things. But what we realized is everybody is different. They were saying, limit your rounds, make sure that you're fresh for the end, and we're going to do that. But then I ran into Shakur Stevenson's grandfather, Wale, this weekend, and I asked him, so how do you spar or how do you train? And he said, well, this kid do 18 rounds. I can't stop him. So you have some people that do 8 rounds and it works for them. Some people does 18. When I tried their approach, we sparred heavy for the first time Friday, and I wasn't happy with it at all. I mean, he did what he did with the opponent, but as far as what I was looking for, I didn't see. So we both decided. He had been telling me he wants to stay with me, pushing him and things like that. And he sparred Sunday, and he looked. If the fight was Saturday, we would be ready. So it's going good.
All right. So Dylan, you will be fighting Drew Correll on the 16th of July.
Yep.
Do you know anything about him so far? Could you give us a scouting report, perhaps?
Well, I've been studying him a lot. He's a tall, rangy southpaw. He's a good fighter. He always comes to fight. And I know July 16th he'll also come to fight. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are there any particular weaknesses you think you could exploit?
Yeah, I'm not going get that up on the interview though. You just got to tune in July 16th.
I hear you. Got it. Okay, so is this your first scheduled 10-rounder?
Yep, this is my first scheduled 10-rounder.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on that? Is that like a big deal for you? Is it not a big deal?
It's not a big deal for me because I wanted to go 10. I was ready to move up to 10 rounders like last year. You know what I'm saying? So for me, mentally, this is something I've been wanting to do. It's not like they forced me to do it on my destiny. I've been wanting to go to 10 rounds. So I'm actually excited about that. Moving up and fighting 10 rounds, it gives me more time. So yeah, I'm excited.
All right, good to hear. So you'll be fighting for the NBA world title, bantamweight. What are your thoughts on that? Or does that excite you at all? Or
it definitely excites me, 100%. But I'm just going in there with the approach. It's just another day, another fight. You know what I'm saying? When I get the title, I'll get the title. But I don't go in there thinking it's the world title. It's the biggest fight ever. It's just another time in the ring. Just got to go out there and perform like you never performed before. That's it.
Gotcha. So the last time we saw you in the ring was July of last year. Well, what have you been up to since then?
Just training. We've still been in the gym, but just more so getting a lot of things outside of the ring together. As far as like business and things like that, trying to work on that aspect of my life.
Okay. And when I spoke to you guys a couple years ago, you were looking at leaving Mayweather Promotions and starting your own venture. Now that you've done that, how has that been going so far? Dylan, I'll start with you, then David, maybe you can chime in on that.
It's been going great because I just feel like nobody can promote you better than you. So doing things with my dad and stuff like that, it's been way better because all of the focus is on us. You know what I mean? It's like we all working together, and I just love it. I love having our own promotional company and things like that because we could do things our way. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to listen to this guy or this person tell us what to do. We don't have a boss. We do things our way. So I love it. I love having our own promotional company and just doing things our way.
Yeah. And David?
Yeah, the same sentiments. I'm excited because he actually talked me into it. When we did our first show, April 17th of last year, it was a lot of work, and I trusted a lot of people, and they let me down. The show was still good, but as far as financially, it didn't produce what I was looking for. And even Dylan, when he was saying in the dress room, because I'm trying to promote and do all of these things, he was saying that the people that you had that were there to help you, they wasn't there. So I had held off on running another show because of that. I said, I got to be training more than a promoter. But we worked on our infrastructure over the last year, put some things in place, people in place, and now we feel really comfortable. And why we believe that we're going to be successful, of course, because our Heavenly Father, Yahuwah, gave this vision. We have a plan. It's not, and I'm not going to, just like he's not going to tell how he's going to get them out of there, I'm not going to share totally how I'm going to get us over that hump. But it's not the basic plan of you keep fighting and hope that a promoter signs you, or you keep fighting and hope that somebody calls you and wait. No, we have a legitimate plan in action that's going to take us from where we need to go, and those people will come to us. We won't need them if everything goes according to our plan. So we're putting on real fights. This guy, Drew Carell, is a formidable foe. I put everything against my son that I could to make him have to perform. I have an advisor, Russell Peltz, and when I chose the opponent, he said, he's never fought under 122 pounds. He's 5'10". He's never been stopped. All of these things I'm putting as Dylan as a disadvantage. So if you're going to be the star that you said you are, then we have to beat this guy. We have to not just beat him, we have to beat him convincingly. And actually, no one has ever stopped him. So what our goal is. So we're going to put on fights like that with Dylan. You're going to see Dylan in fights that you would see on Showbox, but they're not on Showbox. But we live in a different era. That you don't have to do it on Showtime. I'll give you, I don't want to give away too much, but Al Heyman, he didn't do everything that I'm getting ready to do, but he showed me the way. He showed the way on how it can be done, and we're going to take that model and do with my son and others. We're going to be signing other fighters that are looking to do like us, that maybe for whatever reason the promoters passed on, but can fight and are looking to be an exciting fight. So when you watch Dylan Price and when you watch Price Promotion, some of these, we got a lot of debut guys on this one, but the bigger known fighters, and as they move up, we're going to let them get their feet wet too, but you're going to have to fight. From my son to everybody else, you're going to have to fight a tough fight if you want to be on our card.
All right. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but isn't Hank Lundy on that card too?
No, Hank isn't on it. Again, everybody has to fight tough. Hank has a long layoff. I can understand wanting to be very selective, risk versus reward, being on something like this. But this is for any of the bigger name fighters. The debut guys, you get to get your feet wet, just like we did. You have to get introduced into the sport. You don't want to be thrown to the wolves too early, but everybody, as the phrase goes, you're going to have to step up the ladder. And if that's not what you're interested in doing, you're really not going to work with our model.
Got it. Now, Dylan, you've won, since I talked to you last a couple years ago, you won 4 fights consecutively. How do you feel like your skills have developed since 2020?
I feel like they've developed tremendously. I just feel like nobody's seen what I'm capable of yet. Nowhere near. So that's just my biggest goal right now, just to show what I really can do in the ring, because nobody's seen it yet. Nobody. And I'm 14 fights in, so I have to show it now.
And that's the exciting thing, if I could add to it. That's the exciting thing. When you watch Devin Haney, when you watch Shakur Stevenson, even I'd say a Jerron Ennis, not so much Jerron, but those two, they grew up on television. They're like you would see the children's stars, and they were ready for it. When Dylan was placed in that limelight, he was still underdeveloped as a boxer, as mentally, other things. So he wasn't really ready. But even though he was winning, he was doing some things, they were ready for it. A great trainer. He's rest in peace, brother Nazem Richardson. He would always tell me that there's some people that are accelerated and there's some people that are exceptional. That some are going to get it quicker than others. But those exceptional ones, it may take them a little longer to get it together, to learn the ring, all of these things. But when they go, you'll see the exceptional. And that's not a knock on Devin, because he's exceptional. Shakur's exceptional. But they were also accelerated. They were able to do it at the age of 17, 18, 19. Whereas Dylan really wasn't ready to be on that stage, but he's ready now. He's really, really ready now. What I'm seeing is what I've been waiting for him to show since we first turned pro.
All right, good stuff. So I noticed you have Dylan, you have a YouTube or a documentary series called 7 on 7.
All right.
Talk more about that and maybe tell viewers where they can watch it.
I'll let my dad he could explain that better than I can.
Yeah.
I just know it's a 7 on 7 series. My dad put it together. Every Friday we drop an episode just explaining how training camp's going, how life outside boxing is going. And we just give people a view of me outside of the ring. A lot of people don't see me or know me outside of the ring. So my dad's idea of that was to get people to know me outside of the ring as well as in the ring. So it's a great thing. It's a great lead up to the fight. Gets people to tune in and things like that. So I love it. And you can check it out on my Instagram or the Price Promotions website.
pboxingpromotions.com. pboxingpromotions.com. You can see the new episodes every Friday. And what we're doing is just giving a prologue, just like you would any other. But those are the things that, as I shared with Dylan and Devin, his brother, that it's not instant. When you look at the people, I'm sorry, I'm going to digress to what I am or who I am. When you look at the people of the Bible, it wasn't during their era. It wasn't while they were right in the midst of things that they were glorified. It was later. So as you might have a couple thousand views on this, but as you progress, people want to go back and see, he said these things. He told us he was going to do these things. These are actual things that we saw, not in a closed room, but on a camera. So as we continue, you'll see it more professionally done. You'll see it more done like a 360 or 24/7. But we have an idea right now. It's me. And we had editors at a time, but we lost those, and we're still looking for professional editors. But that's not going to stop us. It's more the message than how professional it is. And I will say it's very raw. It's like watching a home movie or a home video, and we're just letting everybody in on what we do.
All right. And lastly, I'll ask Dylan, what can fans expect to see from you next month, July 16th?
Fans can expect to see a spectacular performance. That's all I can say. Spectacular performance, offense, great defense, tremendous speed, and shocking power. So if you want to see me win, tune in. You want to see me lose, tune in. If you don't know how it's going to go, you think it's a tough fight, just buy the fight if you can't be there. And if you could be there, buy your tickets. So It's going to be a great night. I really don't even want to give no predictions. I just know it's going to be a spectacular performance.
All right. Well, guys, I'm looking forward to it. Best of luck to you, Dylan.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you, David. Thank you, guys.
Let me just close with not only the fight. He's talking about the fight. Let me tell you about the show. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be an event. So it's I had watched the rise of the Lakers dynasty, and it just put in perspective of everything that I wanted to do and how they did things different. This is not going to be the typical boxing event. This is going to be much different. We got Philadelphia Eagles that are coming out. We have radio personalities that are coming out. We have an after party set. It's going to be cars and stars. So and we have a surprise. I'm not going to let you know yet, but we have a surprise play-by-play person that is well established. So this is going to be just like you're watching Showbox. You'll be watching Dylan.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it, guys. Really good stuff. And again, thank you for joining me, and best of luck to both of you. Okay.
Thank you very much.